Mr. Agbaje, you are compromised. I'm not afraid to say this.
Good morning, Lagos. First, I must start by thanking the many people across Lagos State that came out to vote, that waited from 6 a.m., some even up to 11 p.m., making sure that their votes were counted, enduring all sorts of violence and intimidation, that came out and made sure that their votes counted. The amount of people that came out to vote in Lagos yesterday was unprecedented. It has not been seen in decades in Lagos State. Despite INEC starting late, despite intimidation, despite all inconveniences that happened to them yesterday, they stayed some till even 11 p.m. to cast their vote. We are very grateful as a party, and we are very grateful as the Goshans and Nigerians to you. For us, the elections that happened yesterday and what all the things that we are seeing today is an absolute disgrace to INEC. INEC Lagos and some evil politicians of the ruling party, the APC, are trying to set this country on fire. Young people spoke yesterday, and they spoke very, very loud. They have shown patience and courage despite all forms of intimidation to them across Lagos State, and they stayed despite all of that. Any attempt to undermine the wishes of Nigerian youth will blow up this country. I am calling on the president and the international community to protect the votes of these many people that took a stand yesterday in hope for a better Nigeria and an electoral system that will see their votes count. We have found out that INEC officials were specifically instructed not to upload presidential results, but return the unuploaded BVAS machines to the INEC offices. As at 4 o'clock yesterday at my polling unit, we were insisting that they upload the presidential results, only to find that at that time it said the portal is not open. So INEC must answer, why is it that at 4 p.m. yesterday, the portal to upload the presidential election results were not open? How is it that INEC officers that were there were saying that they do not have codes for the uploading? With all the funds that have been devoted to the BVAS system, how is it that yesterday there was no transmission of results from the polling units to the server? And now we are seeing overnight results are being changed. We saw in Apapa, INEC officers are using TPEX to TPEX results, rewrite results, and now these are the results that they are uploading. And we have the original PU results that are in conflict with all of these results that they are uploading. Across the entire state, at Oniru's Palace, Oba Elegushi's Palace, in Aguda, Surulere, in Mafoluku, in Fagba Junction, Agulegba, under the bridge at Tediosho, all over Lasu, all over Lagos, there was all sorts of intimidation and connivance with people in that area to intimidate and suppress votes all across the state. Places where we won with majority votes, area boys and thugs came and chased everybody away from those places. But more than anything, and what we want to speak to today, is the fact that the key of this election was electronic transmission of voting. And that did not happen yesterday. They returned back to the INEC of 2019, where we get results at the polling unit, they get to local government and start all the magic and cheating and electoral malpractice that has been plagued INEC in this country for so long. Everybody came out to vote in the hope that the BVAS system will usher us in a new direction of electoral transparency, of elections that are credible. But what happened in Lagos State yesterday was not a credible election, because up till now, and we have video evidence across the entire state where results are being changed as we speak, and this is not going to be acceptable, and this is not going to stand. We are not going to accept this. Thank you.
The youth have spoken. Men and women have spoken. We are tired of this intimidation. We are tired of this attack on our supporters, and we are saying enough is enough. Nigerians are not going to sit back and allow anybody to enslave them. Everybody has a right to vote and for their vote to be counted. The manipulation going on right now in INEC, we say it is unacceptable. Just like my governor said, except INEC wants to set this country ablaze, they better do the right thing and retract their steps and do the right thing. We are not going to sit down and watch people intimidate us. You saw what happened in Surulere. The woman that was attacked, after she was treated, she went back and she voted. That speaks volume that Nigerians cannot be intimidated anymore. We're not going to sit back and watch people's sweat, people's blood, people's time, because this time around money has failed the opposition. Money has failed, irrespective of what is happening in Nigeria. No money, no fuel, people still found their way to their polling units. And we're calling on His Excellency Muhammad Buhari that you cannot sit down and watch this country crumble. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I say enough is enough. Thank you for all the patriotic Nigerians that have come out to give the people and trust in Obi, in Labour Party, because we want a new Nigeria. I tell you something, this movement is ordained by God. Nobody can stop the hand of God. Nobody can prevail over God. No matter what you do, no matter how you try, you will not prevail. Because God will fight you. The way God is fighting you now. If you people are so confident that you did the right thing, why are you intimidating and attacking people? I think it's enough. Mr. Agbaje, you are compromised. I'm not afraid to say this. If you are not compromised, what happened here in Lagos yesterday, in some areas, the ballot papers were not enough for people to even vote. So how do you reconcile that with what you said you were going to do? You gave Nigerians a promise that nothing will go wrong. And yet, all we saw was shambles of your arrangements. Nigerians, please, let's stand up to what we believe, stand up for what we know is right, and do not allow anybody to disenfranchise you. It is